Hello there, kawaii people. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for your subscriptions and for your time on commenting on my videos, on liking them, on subscribing. It means the world to me, and I cannot believe how much growth my channel has had since I started sharing with you how is it that I work on design space and with free shapes. Once we hit 200, I'm gonna have a little surprise for you, not at the end of this part one or the second part of this tutorial, but as soon as we reach 200, I'm gonna share with you something very special, and I'm probably gonna do it on my Facebook page, KAWAII Crafty. I'll leave the link below. And as you can read, this is a round pattern gold paper rose that we're gonna be working on today. And I say gold paper rose because we're gonna be spray painting. Yes, when you don't find that perfect gold, you just have to go to your closest hardware store and buy your favorite paint, spray paint. So we're gonna go ahead and start with part one. I hope you enjoy it. The first step for this video is going to be to insert the free image that CRICUT offers once you have an account on Design Space because you had to purchase a CRICUT Explorer machine. And just like you, believe me, I feel you, I'm getting used to where is everything at. I love Design Space 3, it's just that I'm getting used to where I put my glitters at. I cannot find my favorite glitter. It's the same way I feel with the buttons. So just please bear with my arrow going everywhere. The first thing I do is I type in drop or droplet so I can find this free shape right here. This is the one I use for my round patterns. And the next step is to ungroup. You can keep this one or just delete it. I'm gonna delete it because I don't need that one. You can use the other one, the one that you like the most. I flip it, just following what I'm doing in this video because I recorded while I was doing it, so now I'm doing the cover for the voice. So as you can see, I just insert a shape that has a straight edge, in this case a square. I select both images and then I slice. And this is where you choose how much do you want of the petal to be, like how long. And once you slice it, you just have to delete the parts. For me, this is like electronically punching. You know those punchers with shapes that they sell? Well, Design Space for me is like a puncher with just so many designs that you can punch out on paper. And the option that you can make them as big as you want. So here, once you have your petal all set, this is where you size. And I personally chose size the first one. Like that's how big I want the first petal to be, or that small. It depends on you because I don't go by measure after this. The only measure focus is on this very first petal, which is I think I'm gonna go with 4 inches by 5 inches. And I cannot see well on my screen, but I believe I did 5 inches length by 4 width. And then I just duplicate the petals and just I shrink them by 1 inch or about 1 inch. You don't have to do it like this, but I feel like it's easier just because I work a lot by the eye and it works for me. And I had tried it, so it works well. I'm gonna be doing 4 different sizes, and as you recall in another video before, I usually just do 5 of each. And this is something you can do before you duplicate, by the way. You can add the 1 inch scoring line and switch it to cut, and then you can attach it to the petal before you duplicate it. That way you don't have to cut in the middle. This is considering if you are going to let your machine cut all the petals for you, which I usually do because I like that perfect cut that the machine does. But if you're going to be doing it like me, old school, in the second part of the video, you don't have to worry about putting the scoring line in the middle. Remember, this scoring line in the middle, it means that it's gonna cut, and you wanna align them right in the center of the petal and both things on the bottom, so the cut will go through. Again, this is if you're gonna let the machine do it, and I'm gonna show you what I do in order to do all my petals with the machine. I use this guide. I put it square or rectangle, it has to be the size of the cardstock paper I'm going to be using, which is usually the 8.5 inches by 11 inches. As you can see, I already have it here. And I make sure that it's all the way to the back. I arrange it to the back so I can put my petals on top, and I will use it as a guide to attach all my petals together. That way they're ready and set to go. I just have to make sure that the cardstock is aligned with the petals. And remember, you just have to repeat this 5 times when you're cutting, if it works for you. For me, it works perfectly fine, but then again, we're going to be doing it at old school today.